John, thanks for taking a minute to watch this. Like I said in my text, your brother Joe sent me over here. Wanted to thank you for a quick minute. I see that you recently got married. Um, I was able to help Joe out in a very awesome way, and he said, "Well, you just started getting married, and hopefully you could get a good game plan put together." So let me just cover with you briefly what I teach people. And so what I'd like to do here is just kind of go over a few things that we ask people. So, John, how often do you think about money? And then when you do, what do you think about? So these are the questions that I like to ask my clients as I sit down with them. It's like, do most average American have 3 to 6 months worth of income saved? Debt-free date in the next 10 to 15 years? Do they have a way to replace their income if the breadwinner passed away prematurely? Also, do most people have a legal directive if a spouse passes away? Or if dad and mom pass away, what happens to the kids? Last thing is, do most people have a way to duplicate their paycheck when they retire without having to go to work? Well, most people answer no's to those. So there's a couple concepts that we teach people to help them win in the money game. First thing I'd like to go over, and again, this may not be your situation. I don't know if you have student debt, credit card debt, or whatever, but I want to show you a quick, what we do to show people to get out of debt the fastest. Okay, so we just take a snapshot of what they're currently spending on their debt. So you got retail card, credit card loan, mortgage, etc. You show all the payments here. The total amount, as you can see right here, is $2,700 a month. Well, most people don't allocate the payment structure properly, and so what we show people is the fastest way to pay off their debt. And so it's kind of the debt stacking or debt snowballing, as you may have heard before. Well, if they did not follow this program, it would have taken them 23 years to pay off their debt and pay $214,000 in interest. But if they follow this mathematical, that's without spending any extra money, they would be able to pay off their debt in 8 years, which is 15 years sooner, and save them $130,000 just in interest. So what we teach people is, hey, if you take that same money you were spending, we show you how to pay, go from 23 years down to 8 years. What would you do with that extra $2,700? Well, if you put it towards retirement just at a 9% rate of return at age 65, you could have $2 million. Pretty awesome stuff. Okay, one of the other things that we teach is the Rule of 72. And if you're with me right now, I'd ask you, have you ever heard of that? And most people say no. Well, this is a simple calculation that banks, mortgage companies, investment companies, credit card companies use to calculate how long it takes your money to double. So let's say, say we got three nephews here. The rich uncle passes away and leaves each of them $20,000. Well, let's say the first one just puts his money in a CD at a bank earning 2%. So you simply take the rate of return 2% and divide it into 72, and that'll tell you how many years it takes you to double. So 72 divided by 2 is, well, 36 years, and money will double from 20 to 40,000. Okay, let's say the second one finds a little better area to say he does a little research and finds a little better place to put his money. So getting an average of 6%. So 6 into 72 is, well, 12. So every 12 years, his money's doubling. Okay, but what we really want to show you is what banks do with your money, what investment companies do, what credit card companies are doing to grow their money. And I'll show you this. A person can average 12%. Well, their money is doubling every 6 years. So what do you think this number might be down here? Well, I thought you would ask. So look what happens just by doubling and not putting any extra money towards that. In 36 years, that could turn into $1.2 million. Make you much further ahead. Okay. Another area that we help families is, income protection. Most people don't think of it like this, but, if something happens to the breadwinner, what would happen to most people if the breadwinner passes away? So this example here is, both spouses working, each bringing in $3,000 a month. What happens if one of them pass away? We like to say that there's two deaths, the death of the person, which we can never replace, but also the death of the income. What do you think happens? Does your mortgage start coming in? Do the kids stop eating? Do you still have grocery bills, credit card bills, utilities? Does that stop if the breadwinner passes away? No. So it's just a very important part of what we do. Um, what I can offer? Well, especially for someone just starting off, getting married, maybe you and your wife want to get on the same page about something. Well, it's like we can put together this comprehensive game plan, or just a roadmap to tell you where your money goes, you know, and I can, this way we just build a guide. So it just removes all the guessing game. Hey, am I doing the right thing? Hey, we can actually just sit down and show you all that stuff. No problem. Appreciate you taking a few minutes. Here's my contact information. Would love to chat further if you're open to it. Thank you very much.